We all have attended many conferences, maybe dozens, but not all conference centers are like this one. So, Mr. Trevor Dardik, please approach the stage. And Trevor will tell us some historical telling about this building.
Good morning. How is everybody today? Excellent. As we begin ICCF-19, it is fitting to pay homage to this beautiful space, Il Palazzo della Ragione, with a brief history. We hope you enjoy. The Palazzo della Ragione, also known as the Salon, was the ancient seat of the city courts of Padua. Construction began in 1218 and was completed in 1306 by John of the Hermits, the person responsible for the building's characteristic overturned ship's hull roof. The upper floor, which we currently occupy, is the largest architecturally hanging room in the world, with the name Salon specifically referring to this 81 by 27 by 27 meter space. The magnificent roof has since been redone due to damage. However, its current form is mostly true to the design of Brother John, a great wooden vault that extends over the outside arcade. The modern differences rest in that this roof is no longer supported by a central row of columns and is now covered in metal plating. The Salon was historically entered through one of four main staircases, each named for the mercantile activities that took place at their respective bases: the sale of poultry, iron, wine, and produce. Today, the Palazzo divides Padua's two main mercantile squares, with a market for herbs and vegetables on one side and fruits on the other. Directly below us are two parallel tunnels that house numerous stands selling food typical to this region, often consisting of more carnivorous fare. The ground upon which the Palazzo stands has a far older history, dating back to Roman times. Directly beneath the foundations once stood a Roman colonnade, adorned with marble busts that would align with where the current vendor archposts are located, a testament to the millennia of human inhabitation. Though the construction of the Palazzo began in 1218, it is known that the lower corridors functioned as a public space by at least as early as 1166. The original frescoes that adorn these walls were attributed to Giotto. However, they were destroyed in a fire in 1420. The current frescoes consist of a series of astrological depictions based upon the work of Pietro de Abano, completed between 1425 and 1440. Also kept in this hall is a giant wooden horse, and the Pietra del Vittipiero. The former is a Renaissance copy of a monument to Gattamaletta by Donatello. The latter, a stone upon which insolvent debtors were required to sit in their underwear and endure public shaming. In much more recent history, a Foucault pendulum was placed in the Salon, meant to emphasize the inseparable connection between Padua and science. The official use of the 13th century space was to house the courts and financial offices of the city and the surrounding areas. This made the Palazzo the seat of parliament and a communal gathering place, a function that was maintained through the Carrara rule and the Venetian domination. Most governing statutes typically regulated trade, general policy, and very importantly, financial matters. Interestingly, a passageway connected the Palazzo della Ragione to the neighboring Palazzo della Debite, which was, quite fittingly, a debtor's prison. The old Palazzo Debite was demolished in 1873 and replaced with the current building, bannered under the same name and designed by Camillo Boito. The bridge between those two buildings still exists. On August 17th, 1756, a furious whirlwind swept through Padua, tearing the Palazzo's original roof off. What you see now above you was constructed under the supervision of Bartolomeo Farrascina, watchmaker and chief engineer of the Venetian Republic, best known for the reconstruction of both the infamous clock tower in the Piazza San Marco and the Palladian Bridge of Bassano del Grappa. By 1797, reconstruction was complete. However, the hall would never again be used for municipal governments. Instead, it was open for public meetings, could, and obviously still can be booked for private gatherings, and became the absolute mercantile center of the city. Tradition does not die easily, though. The current city government is attached to the palazzo off the eastern entrance behind you, hence maintaining the close relationship between centuries past and present. We hope that you enjoy your time in the historic Palazzo della Ragione, home of ICCF-19.